Do you know that a lot of people prefer smallness to greatness? You'll be wondering, what does she mean by that? How can somebody prefer smallness to greatness? Oftentimes we do. Looking at the story of Jacob in Genesis chapter 30, when he negotiated with Laban, he told Laban that he wanted to leave. And Laban felt, you can't leave. That I have learned by experience that I have been favored, I have increased because of your presence in my house. And Laban felt, no, you can't leave. And Jacob felt, after having worked 14 years, slavering away for you to get two daughters of yours, and he felt it was time for him to go back to his father's house. And Laban offered him something. Let me quickly read to us Genesis chapter 30 from verse 27. And Laban said to him, please stay, if I have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake. Then he said, name your wage and I will give it. Oftentimes, we trade away greatness for smallness. Do you realize that this is Jacob, who is a nation? He didn't know that he was a nation at that point in time. A whole nation of Israel that is being offered a wage. A whole nation being offered a wage. Do you realize that Jacob could have actually settled in for it? He could have said, okay, I don't want to offend my father-in-law, or I don't want to do this, or I'm okay. In fact, this is even a comfort zone for me. Rather than go back to my father's house, I can even settle in here. I can, enjoy the best of things here. But he knew that he had to go back because he had an encounter when he was coming to the house of Laban at Bethel, where he had experienced the dream of the ladder from the ground up to the sky, up to the heavens, where he had angels ascending and descending. And upon that, he erected an altar at Bethel. He knew he had to go back. So he couldn't have settled in. But a lot of times we settle in. A lot of times because of what people say, we compromise. A lot of time because we want to belong, we compromise. Jacob insisted I was going to go, and he had to go. There was a transaction that took place, and eventually, when Jacob became mightier and wealthier in terms of livestock, and he saw that the attitude of Laban had changed, he had to flee. He fled with his 2 wives, children, and his livestock. And on the way, he had an encounter. And that was when the angel wrestled with him. When the angel wrestled with him, that was when he realized that this nation had to come to be. And this is the nation of Israel up to date. Going by that, I want to bring another story of his son, Joseph, in Genesis chapter 39. Let me start reading from verse 6. Thus he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, talking about Potiphar here, and he did not know what he had except for bread which he ate. Now Joseph was handsome in form and appearance, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast longing eyes on Joseph, and she said, lie with me. Verse 8, but he refused. Joseph refused and said to his master's wife, look, my master does not know what is with me in the house, and he has committed all that is in his house and all that is into my hands. There is no one greater in this house than I, nor has he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Brilliant. This is a man that understood destiny. This is Joseph that understood the importance of not trading away greatness for small things. How often have we traded away greatness for small things? On the platter of sex, on the platter of I need promotion in my office, on the platter that I need to be recommended for that great project by a boss, on the platter of higher marks in school, I need to sleep with my supervisor, on the platter of so many things. How often? Even when we need to seek political appointment or something, we kill, we destroy destiny. We don't know the package of God for our lives. Joseph could have actually settled and lie with Potiphar's wife. And I tell you, he would have been there. He would have become the prime minister of Egypt. So you see, there was a prime minister in a man, and he could have just traded it to become maybe Max, the CEO of Potiphar's conglomerate, or CEO of Potiphar's group of companies. I want us to look inwards. Based on the two truths I've brought out this day, let's look inwards. Let's do a self-assessment and check ourselves. In what way am I trading my greatness for small things? See, the world is waiting for your manifestation. God has deposited and invested so much in us that we cannot afford to trade away for small things. I love you, and I want to say thank you for your time, for listening and tuning in on the channel The Truth today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please, if you have any contribution, any comment, please drop it in the comment section. I'll be glad to hear from you and to share more on the gospel, the truth. This is yours truly, Oluwadamiola Olajumokomojua, signing off, and I say God bless you.